Are you just getting into emergency preparedness and are you trying to build your own disaster plan or storm kit? Today, I'm going to be talking you through the Prepper 101, all to do with your essential lighting. So let's jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about when we talk about preparedness lighting is that you need to let go of having the perfect setup. What I'm saying is sometimes in our attempts to have the absolute perfect number one single best piece of equipment, we can spin our wheels and not actually get good functional equipment in the meantime. What I want you to do with this series on Prepping 101 is to know that we're going to be jumping into the fastest way to having a solid preparedness plan and kit and gear, even if there are things that you will want to upgrade later on down the line. I will talk about how you can update your lighting kit, but I want to give you the two essentials. And yes, you only need two essentials to have your lighting in place for the next emergency. Now, those of you who are watching this when it goes live in 2024, it is storm season and already storms have rolled through the United States. The East Coast has seen hurricanes and tornadoes and snowstorms knocking out power left, right, and center. So these are things you can easily grab and get your preparedness plan in place right now. Hello, if you're new, my name is Brecky and this is Sustainable Prepping, where we empower through preparedness. This is a series on the most essential guide to basic prepping. If you are brand new, if you have never stored a flashlight in your life, or if you are just refining the kit that you have, this is a great how-to guide for the brand new person in emergency preparedness. So I want to talk about your lighting options and how you really only need two flashlights, two lamps, okay? Just two. And once you have these in place, you can go and do your research and figure out what kind of solar charging, whatever you want. But you need to start with these two. And these are the two that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck and give you the most versatile use. The first type of lighting here is these big freestanding lamps. It doesn't matter if it's this big or if it's this big and more compact. The point is to have a big freestanding lamp just like this one, right, that can light up an entire living space. So in a nutshell, I'm going to give it to you right now. You want to have a big freestanding lamp of some kind. It can be small, it can be medium, it can be large. Have a freestanding lamp. The secondary piece is to have a headlamp. If you have a freestanding lamp or two and a headlamp for every member of your household, you have all the lighting you need. Everything else is gravy on the train, friends. This is your essentials. Now you might be thinking, Brecky, why would I just have lamps and headlamps? Like, where are all my flashlights? Everyone talks about flashlights and they're worried about lumens and they're worried about rechargeable versus battery powered. Y'all. There are reasons why you only need these two to get started, and you start with a strong foundation that you can build on, okay? The first thing is that we have two different sets of tools here. Think about your lighting as a tool, and if we think about it as a tool, we want our tools to be as diverse as possible. So the reason you want your freestanding lamp, okay, you want a big freestanding lamp like this. You can even get one of these that are a little bit lighter. I'll show you that in a second. But a big lamp like this is going to give you light to an entire enclosed space, okay? Setting this on a kitchen table is going to give you enough light that you could theoretically eat by the light of this single lamp. And this is a pretty heavy duty lamp. It's a GE, it was a gift. I do not know how much it was when it was purchased for me several years ago, but this is a solid lamp. It's heavy, it's sturdy, it's not gonna be easily knocked over. You could tie it if you had strong enough rope, but realistically, this is gonna stand on a table, on a lampstand, on a counter, and this is going to give you diverse light in the entire kind of skirt of light that it will cover, okay? You're going to have light that multiple people can use and see by. So these kinds of lamps, any freestanding lamp like this where you have 360-degree light, is going to be useful for shared spaces, so you don't need as many lights. This is a common space light, okay? And that is why you want it. You want a common space light to light up the shared areas that you and anyone you're sheltering in place with will need. So that is why you want one of these or multiple of these. The second kind of lighting you should have is a headlamp, not a handheld flashlight, a headlamp. And that is because your ability to wear a headlamp like this means that you are hands-free. If you need to be doing work in the dark, you need to change a flat tire, you need to chop down a tree, you need to tend to some shelter repair, your hands are free, okay? You get all the benefits of the light without having to use a hand, hold it physically in your hand. Now the benefit of one of these, now this particular one can move, the lighting can move on the thing. This is nice because you could, if you wanted to, hold it and it will act as a traditional flashlight, but it gives you the option to go, kind of hands-free. You can move it so that it looks down on your items, but you have the benefit of being able to wear your lighting. Now, this is a down and dirty quick start guide, so I'm not gonna go into every single detail or a review of any of these materials, but what I want you to think about as you think about lighting, this is a smaller version of that bigger one, right? Mine is missing the other handle because we've used it, but it can be easily strung up to offer illumination to a whole community. The reason you wanna have these two different sets, the standing light and the headlamp, is that it's going to cover your two major areas of lighting needs: community lighting and individual lighting. Having individual lighting that allows your hands to be free instead of something like this where you have to hold it or put it in your mouth like is unhelpful, right? This tool has a limited use. Now this particular one has a glow stick end. We keep several of these in our car go bags, but we also keep several of these in our car kits for the ability to have hands-free use. When you are in a disaster situation, if you are cleaning up after a storm, it could be midday, but the lighting could be low. So you're going to want to be able to use both hands as you are removing debris, as you are fixing shelters, as you are managing sanitation problems, whatever it is you might be doing. This headlamp will give you hands-free use. Okay, this tool allows you to be able to use both hands and not have a light taking up the use of one of your hands. Likewise, if you are dealing with a disaster situation in community, even if it's just you, right? You now have one lamp that will give you illumination in an enclosed environment, meaning that you don't have to constantly be carrying that single flashlight. So if you're just getting started, I absolutely want you to pick up just two lights, okay? It doesn't matter the brand, it doesn't matter all of that. You can upgrade as your finances allow you, but get a freestanding lamp, either a nice big solid camping lantern like this, or even one of these. It came in a 3-pack off of Amazon. I will try to find it or something similar to link down below. As you can tell, we've had it a long time, and it's been through 3 moves with us, so gotten some use out of it, but you want to have lamps like this. Now, these are going to provide community light. They can easily be tied up or put in a prominent place. With these, you 100% want to go for battery. You don't want to fuss with rechargeable. You don't want to fuss with solar, and here is why. 1, you can't guarantee you're going to have solar light to charge these up, okay? If you are in a storm situation where it's cloud cover for a week because there's ongoing storms, you might not have solar options. Number 2, you can buy rechargeable batteries. You can buy rechargeable batteries. That means you can recharge your batteries and put them into your light, or you can have one-time use batteries and put them into your light. It gives you more options. If you only have the plug-in rechargeable kind, you are dependent on being able to get that charger charged. You can't store backup batteries. So my suggestion, even if it's not the most sustainable thing, right? I understand single-use batteries aren't ideal, but start with a battery-powered lamp and get both regular one-time use batteries and rechargeable. Have a plan for recharging. So that's the way you can get around going straight for solar or straight for rechargeable. Start with batteries. When it comes to these headlamps, a lot of them use a lithium battery. If you go that route, have backup batteries. I would not do a rechargeable, do a battery. These are AAA, okay? These are just a AAA. Boom, right there. AAA, I have enough backup to keep our headlamps going for probably months at this point. So I would go with regular batteries. I would go with getting a set of rechargeables and a rechargeable power station. Add that into your prepping goals, but you can start with regular grocery store batteries and you can start with these lamps. And now you have a hands-free option, you have a community option, and you only are buying 2 kinds of lighting. Don't worry about the special pocket edition, ultra lumens, special prepper flashlight. Don't spend your money on that if you don't have the means to do so. If you have a budget in a headlamp for every person in your family and 1 or 2 of these big lamps. And that's all you need. Now, all of your lighting needs are covered, and you've done it efficiently, you've done it effectively, and you've done it without fuss. And this is what we want. Friends, comment down below and let me know what kind of lighting resources you would add. Now, there's tons of lighting options when it comes into solar power, adding solar powered lights, lighting strips you can hang across the ceiling, glow sticks, all of that. But if you are just getting started and you want the essentials, I believe that having community light from one of these big lamps and then hands-free light with a headlamp is the absolute best way to go. It's the best way to spend your money. I'm very passionate about batteries over rechargeables simply because you can store both single-use and rechargeable batteries, so you get the best of both worlds. But I'd love to know what you think. If you have some ideas that you want to add below, comment down below. Let's be in conversation. Let us build our lighting kits together. If you want to see more on my basic preparedness guides, I'm gonna put a link right here to a video that can catch you up. And until the next video, y'all, happy prepping.